what do we mean by capacity planning? The aircraft maintenance capacity planning is a key element to ensure the best use of facilities, manpower and resources. Imagine we build a hangar, and we build a hangar with the intention of doing maintenance. Now, we're going to put people in this hangar. How many people are we going to put? Well, it depends on how much maintenance we anticipate we're going to do. If we have too many people and not enough maintenance, we can't pay our way. So it's a balance. What we do know, for example, is that if we build a facility, that facility is available 7 days a week, 365 days a year, because we built it. So that's a given. So the capacity of the facility is 365 days. If we say that in actual fact we're going to use that facility for one shift a week, for example Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, then that's 40 hours. Well, that is 1/4 of the week. So in terms of capacity utilisation, we're utilising the facility at a rate of 25% of its ability. So we need to take into account. We could, for example, at very little cost in terms of the facility, yes, more lighting, yes, more heating, but in terms of the overall facility, we could double the shift. We could say, we understand from human factor point of view that night shift isn't a very advantageous shift, unless we're working on the critical path. Then night shift maybe is of relevance. But in terms of general production, the night shift is nowhere near as productive as a day shift, for lots of reasons. So if we elect to dispense with the night shift, but we say instead that we will work a day shift and a late shift, then we're going to work 16 hours a day. Now our capacity jumps to 50%. If we say we're going to work 7 days and we're going to implement a shift pattern, so we've got people working, for example, 3 days on, 4 days off, 4 days on, 3 days off, 7 days on, 2 days off, so on. All people are working on shifts. So over 2 months you will work maybe 2 weekends. Now it's a different model again. Now we've got 14 shift periods a week times 8 hours. We're now looking at, if you do the math, we're looking at 112 hours utilisation. So we're now moving up to round about 60, 70%. So that's good. So that's the possibility with the capacity. Now with the manpower, again, do we do this 1 shift, 2 shift? It depends on the workload. If you don't have the workload, then what to do? When we look at capacity, we can also look at how many people can we fit in the facility. Because I can, on a, let's take a 737 or a 320, I can put 30 people, I can put 50 people. If I put 60, 70 or 80 people, they start to get under each other's feet. You can't get in the flight deck, for example, because there's already 4 people in the flight deck. So give me a shout when the flight deck's empty. I'm waiting. Now that's lost time. But for sure, depending on the aircraft, we can finish up with, let's say, a team of 50 guys. So we could also have a team of 30 guys. So 50 guys doing 500 man hours is going to take 10 elapsed hours, in general terms. 30 guys doing 500 hours is going to take about 18 elapsed hours. So whether a check lasts 1 day or 2 days depends on how many people we've got. So this is the background to the capacity story. We could superimpose on it and say qualifications is relevant because we need certifying staff and so on and so on and so on. The shorter the period the aircraft is on the ground, the more opportunity there is to earn revenue from that aeroplane. So there is a factor as well. So what do we do? Well, it depends. There isn't an answer. Basically, the answer is you look at your situation and you make the decisions. If you only use your facility for 40 hours a week, that's a price that you pay in terms of your efficiency. If you only have a single shift of workers and you don't work weekends, there's a price. Is that price effective? You have to decide. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. So that's the background to capacity planning.